The structure of these tables reflects that of the contracted budget that you have. The costs are entered by budget category into separate tabs. Have your budget on hand to ensure consistency in the figures. These are self-calculating Excel tables, so you only need to complete the white cells. The yellow ones will be filled in automatically. Please do not use copy or paste, as it will upset the formulas in the tables. Let's start with the Identification tab. Give your project an agreement number. These are actually the same number, and you will find it on the first page of your agreement. Give the start and end dates in the format as in the example, otherwise the tables will consider all the costs ineligible. This is true for the dates for the whole spreadsheet. Let's go to table A1. At the interim report stage, you only need to complete column B, the contractual budget, with income and expenditure as stated in your contracted budget in Annex 2. If any changes have been approved by the national agency, make sure that you use the updated figures. You do not need to complete table A1C at the interim report stage, so please ignore it. Let's go to table A2C now. In column E, detail all payments made to your partners so far. In column D, enter the total amount of funding for each partner so that the percentage paid can be calculated automatically. Ensure that you use the same partner numbers as in your agreement. Enter them as 0, 1, 2 and so on, and not as P0 or P1. Otherwise the spreadsheet will not carry the information forward to the other tables. This is true for all the tables in the spreadsheet. Don't forget to include your part of the grant. Go to table A3 now. Show the time spent by everyone working on the project. Complete one line per person, giving their name, the partner organisation name, and specify the activities undertaken. Note that you should use the drop-down list for the country code and the staff category reference. Give the number of working days and the salary per day, and the total cost will be calculated. Don't exceed the maximum daily rates for each category and country provided by the national agency. Go to table A4. Here you will detail all the journeys undertaken by partners. Travel costs of non-staff, for example conference participants, should be included in A6, or if related to a subcontractor, in A7. You will need to put one trip per person in each line, so do not summarise a number of trips into one entry, even if several people are travelling together. Use the drop-down list again for the country of departure and destination. Give the objective of each trip, the transport type, and split the costs into travel and subsistence. Ensure you don't exceed the daily subsistence rate provided by the ANA. The duration is given in the number of days, which should include an overnight stay. Where there is no overnight stay, you may be able to claim up to 50% of a full day's allowance, but this must be justified. Go to table A5. Here you may only include equipment needed for specific project results. If it's been used for administration purposes, you should include it in your indirect costs. Please complete one line per item. Give a period of use in the project, the depreciation time, and the degree of use in the project. Then the tables will calculate the total cost. For items that are not depreciated, enter 1 where shown, so that the full cost can be claimed. Go to table A6. Include here the expenses linked to the specific project activities, for example hiring rooms or production costs if done in-house. As in the case of equipment, for each item you must confirm the degree of use for the project. Make sure that you give a clear justification of all the expenses, otherwise we may find your costs ineligible, or ask for further explanation, which will make the assessment process much longer. Please do not include costs related to general project administration, such as stationery, which are only eligible under the indirect costs. Go to table A7. Complete one entry for each subcontractor. Don't forget that you need to send us a copy of the contract and invoice for each subcontract, as well as the documentation of a tendering process if the amount exceeds €12,500. Now go back to table A2, A and B. If you have entered all the costs in the other sheets, table A2 now gives you the overview of the budget per partner and per category. Complete the white cells with your own funds and other income your partners have had so far, and enter the indirect costs for each partner. Go back to table A1 again, as we've nearly finished. This should now present the overview of the overall budget in the first year of the project. You will need some of those overall amounts while completing the financial section of the e-form.